dass ich das schon mal dahin...
Ja. Dear participants, we want to start with the closing ceremony so that you all get your trains in time and your flights in time. So thank you so much. If you may take a seat and yeah. Okay. First of all, I would like to give Andrea Bührmann the floor as the chair of the conference to say goodbye to you.
Thank you, Hiltrud. Dear conference participants, there's a Central European time, there's Central European summer time, and then there's a conference time, which is completely a different thing. On the one hand, there have been so many conversations, poster sessions, workshops, meetings. So many new ideas have been exchanged and created. I hope so. I'm sure that in some time, some of you will look back on the history of a network or project and remember that it started here. And all in the space of a few November days, a few rainy November days in Göttingen. Another thing about conference time is that the end both comes too soon and too late. I know that some of you are looking forward to our social program, the guided tour to the Karzer or Forum Wissen. Others are eager, and I'm also eager to catch the train home. I have to go to Berlin. This is also a big problem. A challenge, I would say. And others are looking forward to discovering Göttingen on their own time. So I will be quick. I would like to thank you all for coming and bringing your expertise and perspectives with you. And I would like to repeat my thanks to all those involved in the organization. Diversity, inclusion, and co-creation are central to the ENLIGHT vision. So I'm really glad we were able to come together under this subject. The next teaching and learning conference will take place in Bordeaux in 2023, next year. And I already look forward to seeing what the colleagues will come up with. I wish the next conference chair and team the best luck and a successful preparation circle. Where's Nati? Yes. And I already know that they have a very supportive governance board and a lively network on their side. Thank you and goodbye, danke und auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss.
We all have to. Okay, dear scientists, dear teachers, dear educators, developers, dear students, I would also like to say goodbye as ENLIGHT, currently chair of the ENLIGHT Directors Board and the academic lead of the ENLIGHT project here in Göttingen. Thank you all very much for participating so enthusiastically in this meeting. There were many exciting sessions. I have heard from many that these discussions they were very exciting and fruitful, and I hope that you will take many ideas home with you. But I also hope that you have made many new contacts in the network and that you will maintain these contacts in the future so that more and more people will participate in our ENLIGHT network and will be part of our ENLIGHT family. And hopefully, even though the weather was so bad, you were able to see a little of our beautiful university city of Göttingen. I recommend everyone to look and to take part, to have a look at the university prison, the Karzer, after this meeting, if you can manage because of the trains, I don't know, or take part in the guided tour through the university museum. This will certainly be very interesting. Before I close the conference, I would like to thank all those who contributed to the success of this event. I will start with Ghent, with Gijs, the project coordinator who has always been there in his heart and has always supported us so much. Then many thanks go to Elena Futter-Beck from the Göttingen Diversity Research Institute, who helped us with the content and the organization. I thank Angelika Thiels from the Educational Development Department for her support in terms of content, also in terms of content and organization. And many thanks also go to the whole ENLIGHT team. Diana Benisch, Markus Auditor, Christopher Zander, Alexandra Boft, Sarah Wiesenthal, and all the students who helped. Here I would like to mention Marie Giesen and Apurva Olve, the Göttingen students who supported us so heavily. And I also thank Ben Buring from the event management for his support. And I do not want to forget our building supervisors who supported us in an extraordinary way. And I would like to give thanks to, is she here? She's not here. We have a small present because they worked so hard during the conference. Huh? Is she here? Not, okay, so I will give it to her later and she gets an applause later. So thank you so much for the support for all of these people, and this is an applause, I think. But most of all, I have to thank Esther von Richthofen, who is responsible for the organization of this huge conference. I know what kind of work that was, and I thank you so much, and the next conference is ahead. So thank you so much, Esther. And finally, I would like to thank two people. First of all, Uwe Moos, the head of Göttingen International, who, despite numerous challenges, is so dedicated to the internationalization of this university and the LIGHT network. And last but not least, Andrea Bührmann, who already left, who was the academic lead of this successful conference. Once again, I would like to thank you all, and I hope you have a good trip home. Thank you so much.
And now, one thing that remains is to hand over officially to Bordeaux, who will be the next university with the happy duty of welcoming the participants of a teaching and learning conference to their great and historic university. And we all look forward to joining you for another season of eager discussions and sharing with each other. So, Lola, I know that you have a wonderful, of course, work-intensive task ahead, but looking at everyone who was here today, it really filled our hearts with pleasure to see all of you sharing with each other, to see how much you take home with you now, and I can assure Lola that that in itself is thanks enough for all the organizational effort that goes into it.
So thank you, Esther. I think the first thing I want to say is to extend my thanks. It has been done already, but thank you, Esther, and the whole Göttingen team for an exciting event. As she said, so Bordeaux will be organizing the event next year. Unfortunately, I'm not able to say much about the logistics as yet, but the date should be confirmed very soon. You can already book your agendas for the early weeks of October next year. I think I can tell that much so far. The topic, I don't know if it has been confirmed to everybody yet, but the topic will be focused on entrepreneurship and careers. And yeah, so I look forward to working with the governance board again for creating, I hope, an event as exciting as this one was. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you next year.
Lola, thank you very, very much. And I'm sure that you will not only create an event as exciting as this, but even though we have worked on our reputation as regards wine, I don't think we can quite match yours. So we have that and many other things to look forward to. I can see now that we have been joined by our building manager, to whom we would like to extend huge thanks to her and her team for all the organizational support that we received. Thank you very, very much. So, in the name of the ENLIGHT Teaching and Learning Conference, for all the assistance from you and your colleagues. Gerne. Now I know that some of you have trains to catch much earlier than you had anticipated, so we will be organizing all of that. For those who can stay with us a little bit longer, the announced guided tours of the Katza, the Forum Wissen, and the Digital Creative Space still stand. So for those of you who can still participate in those, please contact me after the ceremony. It has been a great pleasure to have you in Göttingen, and it's a great shame that this conference has ended. I myself have enjoyed myself thoroughly over the last few days. Thank you so much for being here with us. There is lunch to have here or to take away with you, waiting for you outside.